when a guy pulls out a little, do you tell him right then?
Oh my God.
She starts laughing.
Wait, Bernice, do you say, no, we're not doing this? Like, I'm not disrespecting my pussy with that.
Oh, look at the time.
No, wait.
I just, now I'm dating, so now I'm just like, we make out and
you check the merchandise beforehand.
I don't even want to look at it. I don't even want to look at it. I could just tap, especially when you got sweatpants and I can't see nothing from.
But wait, what if he's a grower and
Some
not a shower?
people are growers.
What if he's a grower and not a shower? I've seen those before, where I'm just like, oh shit.
You see how liberation has allowed us to have childish, dumb conversations like this here? A nothing of substance ass conversation. Not to mention all the body shaming that. But when a man talk,
check this out. Tell me what y'all think.
Imagine thinking I still want to fuck with you.
All right.
Knowing I'm on my way to go pay for a $300 battery out of my own money. Imagine thinking I want to fuck with you when I'm about to go and pay for a $300 battery out of my own money.
So, y'all gonna pay for it or not?
I'm about to go say hi to my bestie real quick. Look at him, big old gentle giant. Hey, bestie. Oh, wig. I'm alive. I ain't messing with him no more.
Some people are like, oh, men are dogs. And I was like, yes, they are. They're loyal. They're always happy to see you. They're looking for something to do for you. What could they bring you? they just want to be admired and appreciated. And yeah, if you treated them like dogs, everything would turn out much better, much better.
Funny how a small perspective flip can change everything. We're so divided today. We've heard the furthest ends of the spectrum for feminism and masculinity. But between the two, still nothing practical that we can use. This lady has an ability to bridge that gap like no other. She sees men from such a loving perspective. Of course, there's plenty of rabid animals among us, but she knows at our core, we're protectors and providers. I hope her message spreads to the billions. We need more voices like hers in this world. God bless.
Hey, why are you touching my stuff?
You shake your girl. That's harassment.
What are you doing?
That's harassment.
Why are you touching? Don't touch him. Don't touch him.
These things other than love of God. Christ is Lord. Hey, Jesus Christ. For anybody with ears to hear, for anybody with eyes to see, Jesus Christ has come so that you may have life. Jesus Christ loved you and he died on the cross for you and for me. Jesus Christ is like, look at this. These are the fruits of Satan, guys. It's time to turn to Jesus Christ. It's time to turn to repentance and find life in Jesus Christ.
Rebuke this, man.
Hey, this is the devil right here. That doesn't make it mad. It is nothing to me. It's harming their souls. Because at the end of the day, we're all going to stand before God. You think God can give an account for everything that we've done. So it's time to turn to Jesus Christ. Turn to Jesus Christ.
We know you love Chris.
Jesus Christ is Lord. And he's coming back with clouds. Every knee will bow. Every tongue will confess that Jesus Christ is Lord. The Bible says in John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son, so that if anybody believes in him, they will not perish but have everlasting life. So turn to Jesus Christ.
Complete another foolishness, man. There's no other explanation for it. They get out there. You don't put your behind on anyone. If y'all want to go out there kissing on each other, that'll be your business. But you know good and well, you're not supposed to be putting your behind on somebody. If a man even touched you and look in your direction, you're already ready to call the police.
And the thing is, women, y'all be tricking yourselves out your spot. and y'all don't even dig it. Multiple ways. Y'all listening to your friends who could be possibly, and I'm not even wanting to push this type of shit, right? But you could be listening to a friend whose perspective just don't fit the ending that you want. So that's how I'm gonna frame it. You listening to a friend whose perspective don't fit the ending you want, and you think she mean well because she her friend, but in reality, her reality don't match your reality, and she fucking up your reality by the advice that she give you. Secondly is, you thinking you don't have to give effort. Like you thinking that you could just show up and that you're not being observed. If it is performance-based, everything is performance-based. Why would I, if I can only pick one, why would I pick you to run my franchise if you don't even want to show up and perform? Another two things. Thinking the grass is greener. That's like me. Like, thinking the grass is greener, you think that because you have options that they could give you more than what you currently getting, and you think it's better deals out there. And then the last one is just seeking validation. Like, some of y'all won't even show up in ways that y'all naturally want to show up because you don't want to be condemned. I literally have heard women say some real ass shit about women and say, but I can never say that because they're going to call me and pick me. What? I just almost fell in love with you. But now you saying that, I'm kind of turned off by you. Because now you let me know you don't even think for yourself because the opinion of others is ruling your decisions, which means that our relationship is going to be ran by the outside. And I'm not signing up for that. So, ladies, stop tricking yourself out your spot. And it's like, dog, like, as much as y'all want us to talk to the men about the way they tricking themselves and we do it, like, at some point we gotta just give y'all the mirror and say, hun, as much makeup as you putting on in this mirror, I just want you to see yourself real quick. I want you to see yourself for what it is before you do all that. Before you dress it up, just see yourself and be okay with that. So then when you go into the world, nothing nobody can tell you about yourself because you're okay with you. You know what I'm saying?
You do have a woman or like a real woman that's your girl, she should have an allowance that should be able to cover her expenses so that she can relax.
So what's the woman doing for me? She got to earn
cook,
that.
Clean, massage
let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. How much do you think it costs for me
to get a cleaning lady,
to get meal preps every week, to get a masseuse to come in 4 times a week?
$7,000.
You don't pay for nothing, obviously. You don't
like
know
$7,000?
Women don't know what nothing costs. That's just how it is.
I don't.
I be out with women. Sometimes they'll see the bill and they like, oh my goodness. I'll be like, you know, for 3 drinks sometimes it's $200.
Yeah.
Y'all don't know how much stuff costs, so you just know it's not that expensive. Meal preps, weekly cleaning, and a masseuse, that's like $700 a week. That's no money. Why would
and then the that you have to pay on the side that you're sleeping with?
If you have to pay unless you're a good looking guy, then you could just have, I mean, we in Miami, women is doing the most, you know. But okay, even still, $300 to $500, $300 to $500. Okay, so we talking about $1,000 a week. Why would I?
That's not $1,000 a week. That's like $4,000 to $5,000 a week.
How? Where do we get this number from?
You got people that chronically run people off and then complain about the fact that they are no longer there. Oh, nobody ain't here for me. Nobody ain't did nothing for me. I had to do this all by myself because you wanted that story, baby. You wanted that story. You wanted the struggle story. You wanted the story of nobody loves me. Everybody does this to me. Every time I give my heart away, they hurt me. And you do stuff to run people off, and then you act as if you don't understand what you did to run those people off as to why nobody's in your corner. Make it make sense, y'all. Please, how does it make sense? Run for the hills.
I really wanted to react to what she said. However, I might have gotten a little distracted.
My mind's telling me no.
Shut up.
Men, you have no idea the power you have to influence the tone in your home. We don't know why this woman melted down over the dinner. Maybe she had had a really hard day that already wasn't going well. Maybe she had put a lot of pressure on herself to do something special because it was a Friday night. Whatever the reason, she was struggling. Her emotions got the better of her. And what her husband could have done was say, calm down, it's not that big of a deal. Why are you so upset? Or, I can't believe that you ruined dinner. You know, this is supposed to be a special evening. He could have crapped all over her already struggling emotions. But instead, he came and literally swept her off her feet. He came and settled her by helping her feel secure and loved. He brought peace, calm, and joy into a situation that was tough. And my favorite part about this is he was setting the example for his son of what it means to be a man that is able to carry his wife's emotions even when they are challenging. Men, this man became a hero, probably already was one. This is what we need in our homes, is this leadership of strength that isn't afraid of the emotions that might shift in his woman's life. Be strong and be steady for her, and what a joy-filled home you will have.
Unpopular opinion. I don't ask for my man's opinion on everything because he's controlling or controls me in any way, shape, or form. I ask his opinion because I genuinely give a damn about what he thinks. I genuinely care about his opinion because I know his level of honesty for me is going to be immaculate. It's going to be through the roof. He's going to tell me things that nobody else is going to tell me. He's also going to protect me from things that nobody else is going to protect me from. Therefore, his opinion is very valuable to me. I also know that I am a reflection of him whenever I walk out that door. I represent him in all aspects of the term. I 100% embody the characteristics and qualities that he carry at all points in times because I belong to him.
Feminism screams empowerment, but the women who actually follow the ideology have no power at all. They're convinced that equality is the goal, but they end up copying the same toxic behavior they see in men, which is promiscuity and sleeping around. In the past, they hated the fact that women were treated as objects. But showing their body online and selling themselves objectifies them. They don't see that they're giving away their power to the men that are getting full access with no commitment and no effort required. And these women still think they're the ones running the show. And to make things even worse, the best qualities of a woman, modesty, softness, elegance, have been labeled as weakness. And most women actually believe that. Feminism didn't liberate women. It hijacked their identity and robbed them of their worth. And if you've fallen into this destructive mindset, it's time to step back into your original design. Comment reset and I'll show you how. And remember, be feminine, not feminist.
There's this guy, he's standing over there. He has like long hair, like red beard. He's a little short, but he's really sexy at the same time. I'm gonna go see if he is interested. Like he's staring at me and I'm staring at him. You look good. You working out? Yeah.
I look like I'm in the gym working out. I can't spend my whole day with my wife. Don't bother me, please.
I'm sorry.
Men aren't immediately loved.
And why is that, Nathan?
No, but it's true. You've got to earn your worth as a man. You do have to earn your worth as a man.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
Really?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Fair dude.
There's some very cute people who would be immediately loved. And some men with only a face a mother could love. It's just the way the world
No, I'm not talking about like, as in like love as in the simplest term of like, oh look, he's cute. I'm saying like, in a broader term of life, you have to earn your worth as a man.
Only women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. A man is only loved under the condition that he provides something.
You do have to do that, because otherwise you get pushed to the wayside.
Half of the girls I cracked that were in the healthcare field, nurses, seen this, I don't even realize they have it until I see a picture of them at the crib or something, or until he called. Like, the way they conduct themselves, and the way that you get so close to them, and you hit, and you damn near going on dates, and she cooking seafood boils for you, and it's like you just happen to find out she has it after all of this shit. Like she don't even tell you for real. Yeah, you would never know. And the way they flirt, and the way they act, like they be having kids and married. And I think it's maybe because they there for 12 hours a day, and it's like not a lot in the field. But you would never know that a girl you fucking has a family or anything like that until you just know.
Now, definitely like this video. Go to his brother page and watch some of his other videos for a bunch of original content. He makes a bunch of good stuff. It has absolutely nothing to do with how many hours they work. Because multiple professions offer multiple shifts, from 12-hour shifts to 10-hour shifts to 8-hour shifts. It's their overall income. They're the top dog in their entire gender. If you subtract women nurses, practitioners, and doctors from the overall woman's income, y'all drastically decrease. Now, mind you, I'm not saying everybody, but statistics show that y'all the highest rating cheater, right? It's just like dealing with a man that make a whole bunch of money. That's what happens to these women. They get the ego. I bought these cars. I bought this house. Roar! I'm a boss bitch. I'm the queen of Nefertiti and the sea mouse. I don't need nobody. I want what I want. This is why they act the way they act. When the BBL epidemic first came out, when cosmetic surgeries was at its highest, who was the most participant? Who was paying for the majority of these surgeries? Nurses. All you gotta do is walk into any hospital now. Majority of the BBL queens, the breasts and all that, they're all nurses. I'm not knocking y'all. I'm not knocking y'all because I've been in relationships with entertained women that have had it. So I'm not knocking that. I'm just saying, this is why nurses do the way they do. Because they make the money and they have the biggest egos. But leave a comment in the comment section. But y'all grown and do what y'all want to do.
Y'all want to know the real reason why no one likes to club anymore and why clubbing culture is dead? Well, surprise, surprise, the reason is men, but let me tell you why. As it's been established, men aren't real men nowadays. They don't like being gentlemen, they don't like being courteous, and they don't like women very much.
Girl, first of all, men don't owe you anything. Second of all, women like you are the reason why men don't approach women anymore, and men don't even want to bother dating women anymore, because honestly, they don't like being disrespected for no reason. And third of all, women are the ones who told men in the first place that they don't want to be approached. So it's not that men aren't gentlemen, it's that men are respecting the boundaries that women set for I don't know how many years at this point. And fourth of all, if you keep talking badly about men, you'll never find a good man. Start treating them with respect, start seeing the good in them, and start understanding that men are not the only problem in this equation. A lot of the times it's women.
Women want a provider man and they want a masculine guy when it's convenient for them. That's the problem. They are not willing to be in their feminine. They want to be able to be in their feminine when you pay the bill, but they want to be able to be in their masculine when they're bossing you around the house, when they are the woman of the house and the man of the house gets told to sit down, when they are following a boss babe trajectory, when they are deciding that they want to, send their kids to daycare so that they can amp up their career. When they're making all of these decisions, they want to opt to be in their masculine. You can't turn on a guy's provider chip when you want. They're not operating on remote control, honey.
Oye, papi, this is how to keep a woman. Being buff doesn't keep a woman. Being handsome doesn't keep a woman. Being loyal doesn't keep a woman. Being rich doesn't keep a woman. Being famous doesn't keep a woman. Getting her pregnant doesn't keep a woman. Being there for her doesn't keep a woman. Having a horse meat doesn't keep a woman. We're talking about a 20-inch Frankenstein. That is still not enough. The only way to actually keep a woman is if she wants to be kept by you, papi. That's tough, but it's true, bro. That's exactly why it's very important to choose a woman who chooses you, man. Don't choose the bitch who is not sure about you, man. Fuck that bitch. But anyways, you pass the fucking class, papi. Congratulations, bitch. Fuck Fidel. Follow me for daily motivation, papi.
So let me ask you this question. Were you financially supporting me?
You weren't 100% living with me, but you were living off of me. So absolutely.
What do you mean by that? Yeah, how was I living
So
off
he
of you?
split time between my house and his pregnant sister, their 1-year-old, and husband's house. He did not have a home of his own. So he spent 50-50 basically. Did not pay anything in bills, groceries, would come over to my house, eat everything, make a mess, then leave, go back to his sister's, and then she would take care of him. So
That.
did you have a house,
Wow.
Tyler? Did you have somewhere else to go except my house or your pregnant sister's house?
I spent very little time at your house, and we talked about that. We had several conversations about that. Leading up to the show, you didn't even want me to stay at your house. You didn't even want me around. We were about to break up, and literally the relationship was in shambles, and we wanted to figure out if it was going to work. But you never financially supported me. You never paid
Who paid for the majority of the dates? That's why we didn't go out on dates.
That is not true.
Okay.
Well, let me ask you this.
Well.
When this was happening,
Mhm.
when I met Natalie, everyone, when couples meet, you're at different stages of relationship. Sometimes you're at different earning potential and things like that. We have a bit of an age gap in our relationship. When I met Natalie, I was in a different position of my life. And so there were things that I paid for, mostly because I was just in that position. But at the time in which I did it, I was very happy to do it, right?
The answer is no. Plain and simple. The answer is no. He was coming over there, hanging out with you, chilling, and then he would go back to his sister's house where you were living off me. I wonder if it's a problem if it were the other way around. Oh, wait, no, it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be a problem. You would just be sitting in there eating all this stuff, wearing all his clothes, leaving it dirty, taking his clothes, especially his favorite items of clothing, and then charging it to the game. He'd be having to order in, take you out to dates and all that other stuff, and there would be nothing said about it. But all of a sudden now, when he comes over there and hangs out with you, oh, well, you ate my food. What exactly did he eat? Oh, you ate a box of Cheez-Its, so nothing. Shut up.
We actually respect a man who is not focused on us. And that's hard. You know, that's hard for a man to not be focused on women because, I mean, we're attractive, right? We attract men and we just take advantage of it. We expect the chase all the frickin' time, even if, you know, even if we're not looking for it. It's crazy. We say no at first. That's the thing. That's the first test. When I say we test you, we're saying no.
Want to lose a good man fast? Simple. Just follow these 3 steps and I guarantee you he will be gone before you even realize what happened. Step 1. Disrespect him. The fastest way to kill love is disrespect. Roll your eyes at him. Cut him off when he talks. Talk down to him in front of other people. Laugh at his ideas. Make him feel this small. A good man will not stay where he feels disrespected because respect is the foundation of how he gives and how he leads. The second he loses that, the relationship is done. Step 2, withhold your intimacy. Then make sex a bargaining chip. Weaponize intimacy. Punish him by shutting him out physically and emotionally. Make him feel like attraction is something he has to beg for. When a man feels unwanted by the woman he chose, it cuts him deeper than you think. So he will check out, and once he does, it is almost impossible to bring him back. And finally, step 3, be constantly negative. Finally, complain about everything. Focus on what he isn't instead of what he is. Criticize instead of appreciate. Nitpick the small things and ignore the effort he does put in. Nothing crushes a man faster than realizing no matter how hard he tries, he will never be enough in your eyes. So yeah, do these 3 things and you will lose a good man fast. Or you can flip it. Respect him, desire him, and appreciate him. That's how you keep a man who actually will show up for you.
I used to be gay. A lot of people don't know that. I was in a marriage with a woman for 11 years. I was the man. So when it comes down to it, no, I did not get appreciated. I barely got loved. It was horrible. So that is why some men come out here and be just doing their own thing, don't even care because, bruh, the experience was No woman is just out here trying to help her man. She expects her man to just do for her. And it dawned on me, like when women were growing up, I don't know one woman that was raised to know how to treat a man. I don't. I know that when I was being raised up and the people around me that was being raised up, our mamas taught us to pay attention what to look for in a man. Pay attention to how or what he has, 6, a car, a house. Nobody taught us how to love him. Nobody taught us how to take care of him when he's down. Nobody taught a woman how to nurture their man the correct way. We were just taught to look. We were just nurturers by nature.
The reason why you don't hear about healthy relationships anymore is because of the fact that those of us in healthy relationships ain't got shit to say to y'all. Because anytime we tell you what we do for our husband or what our husband does for us, y'all look for any reason to try to come up with some type of excuse or some type of narrative that we're being controlled or that we're not really happy or I would never do that. Is exactly why your miserable ass is still single, and exactly why no matter who you try to date or what you try to date, you still end up unhappy because you have this long list of what you feel like is supposed to come from a relationship. I can't remember the last time that I did laundry, but I will be out here taking the trash out because I don't give a fuck. I would rather take the trash out than to be downstairs doing laundry. You take the trash out, you're a woman. You shouldn't be taking out the trash. That's a man's job. Your man does the laundry. You should be doing that. You're the woman. It just so happens that what he doesn't like to do, I don't mind doing. What I don't like to do, he doesn't mind doing. Like, y'all are weird. My husband cooks probably most of the time. My husband taught me how to cook because I didn't know how to cook shit. I didn't know how to season. And when he gets done cooking, I serve him his plate. I serve him, and then once he's done eating, he gets up and leaves, and I take his plate, and I go there, and I clean the kitchen. The reason why we don't be talking about how good our relationship is or how healthy it is because y'all's little toxic asses be coming in there trying to say something crazy.
I saw this post that said, if he wants you, he will not give another man an opportunity to come get you. Girl, if you want him, you're not going to give another man an opportunity to come get you because you locked in. We here. We go together. Like, you're not seeing anything else but this fine-ass king man.
Y'all make it so more complicated than it has to be. It's always the don't do nothing, always begging, don't offer nothing, don't bring nothing to the table. They want men to just do. If he want me, he'll show it. But then your thing of showing it is overdoing everything. Taking you shopping, buying you this, taking you there. That's how he really shows. Man, get the hell out of here. That's why you're single and miserable now. If you're interested in that man, show that you're interested and really show him. Not no, I text back. That's me showing I'm interested. No, actually let that man know. Actually learn how to communicate. Since women say men don't know how to communicate, actually learn how to communicate. Y'all both communicate together. Y'all ain't 19 no more. You ain't 20 no more. You ain't 25. You ain't 30. You're 45 years old. Grow your ass up. God damn. Grow up. Try that. Y'all sitting back waiting for somebody to do something for y'all. That's why your life trash now. Go out there and go get it. Take DB Cool.
I agree with you that men built the system. Men built the entire infrastructure that allows all of us, including men, but especially including women, to have the most comfortable and prosperous and healthy lives that has ever existed in all of human history. And the complete ungratefulness of
my
women.
God,
I'm not being ridiculous. You women hate, at no other point in human history have women had so much contempt and hatred and disdain for men when it is due to men's genius and ingenuity and labor and physicality that has enabled women to live the most comfortable lives they've ever been able to live. And there's a bottleneck. There's a bottleneck to every cascading invention due to men's increased physical. Look, I know this sounds crazy.
Oh, it is.
In order to live in a skyscraper, there were cascading previous inventions that were necessitated on male strength that women don't possess, that enabled us to build buildings far into the sky for you to live in comfortable, air-conditioned, not just live, but to have a job in a comfortable, air-conditioned office. All of these comforts, it wasn't the evil patriarchy, it was benevolent men. It was typically often like poor men who labored and built this country. And you guys don't give a fuck. You don't care. It's through men's sacrifice, men's labor.
Oh my God.
Men's genius,
Okay, so
ingenuity.
can I just please stop? This is like really starting to make me uncomfortable.
Start taking it away from them, and then let's see how much they're going to start appreciating men. Because they have it so easy that they think that men have to do what they want.
They like all of the perks of the system, but none of the cons of it, which I get. Nobody does, right? You don't like the cons of the system. I get that. But I think the issue is modern women just continue to complain about it. Complain. Oh, men did this to me. My life is terrible because of a man. Everything that's going wrong in my life is because of a man. Is there anything that you can ever fix? Is there anything that you can ever do? You go into a relationship complaining, nagging, whining, griping, moaning, day in and day out. Why won't he give me a ring? How come he won't pay attention to me? How come he won't commit? I'm not sure as a man that I'm going to be able to, I love this woman, but I'm not sure I'm going to be able to commit to somebody that every day in and day out, nags. That's why I haven't proposed to you. Well, you should break it off. You know what? That's a great idea. I think today is going to be our last day together. You have a good day. Have a nice life. And of course, after that, she's going to go on a tangent talking about how men are trash. He didn't propose to me. I stayed with him for 5 years, and then he just up and left me for nothing. She's not going to say why. It's going to be a whole bunch of he did me wrong. That's all it's going to be. And it stems from this. Women needing to learn to appreciate what men have done for them instead of nagging, complaining all the time.
Excuse you. What? Did you hear me? You can have some manners. Like I said, excuse you. You can have some fucking manners. Like I said, excuse you. You can have some manners. Like I said, excuse you. You see what I'm saying, bro?
This is one of the ones who didn't make it. This is one of the ones who didn't survive. A lot of you don't know it, But there's a significant portion of African American people who did not survive what we've been through. You can identify them through their behaviors, and you can tell that they're so far removed away from decency to where their behavior often leaves people with an astonished look on their faces, right? And it's a good thing that he didn't try to check her for her being so disrespectful to him, even swinging on him and throwing a shake at him, because you can best believe that that girl has a cousin or a brother somewhere who would have showed up with that stick, right? Back to the streets with her. Turbulence, people.
And I like that Stacey mentioned the brother or the cousin or somebody. It looked like they might have had some friends up in front. Modern women do this all the time, to where they won't even say nothing. They'll kind of tone it down on the trash talk until they get, well, I got somebody that's going to handle you, and you be the one that fool around and made the problem. Now, what I will say is, y'all send y'all brother and y'all cousin out there ill-equipped, thinking whatever, and then fool around and get that man in trouble. So be careful.
Unpopular opinion: when a woman wants you to win, she becomes a partner, not a fucking problem.
Men only become good men through negativity. Women are actually the opposite. Men who have been through a lot of pain are very kind. I would argue that when I see a man who's been through a lot of shit, it makes you kinder. You don't want it to be put on anyone else. When women go through a lot of pain, they grow bitter and evil and mean. They don't grow kind. Men grow kind from pain. I think that the worst men on earth are the ones who haven't had enough pain. Those are the arrogant pieces of shit people.
For you to say to a person, what do you bring to the table? For me, just reeks of arrogance and pride. Because who do you think you are?
I mean, I would be the man that's going to give the ring. Duh.
That you're asking me what I bring to the table. And my response to that is, if you can't discern what I bring to the table, then you're not ready for me. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. If you don't bring nothing, just say that. We're okay. Just say nothing.
Yeah. It's as simple as that. Yeah. You ought to be talking to God and asking him what he has deposited, the value that he has placed in me that is going to be a help to you. And if you can't find it, then you and I are not doing this journey together. So it's...
Well, ask God, he told me nothing. But anyway, man, listen. Imagine a woman going on a job interview, right? And say this is a job she's been wanted. She had a resume, she's dressed well, she prepared herself, did everything she needed to, right? And then the employer says, why would we want you on our team? What do you bring to the table? And if she says any of this dumb bullshit saying, oh, if you don't use determinant, go ask God, you're not getting the job. Men understand, value yourself more. Any woman who likes you is not doing none of this, not saying none of this. She's going to tell you exactly because she's trying to win you over. Women like this are just entitled. Don't sit there and tolerate that bullshit. And then if you do, I'm going to ask you one question. And you want to get married. Pack it up.
There's no such thing as love languages. You know who likes words of affirmation? Everybody likes them. You want to know who likes physical touch? Everyone likes physical touch. It's called fucking. There's no such thing as 5 love languages. My love language is getting gifts. You know who likes getting gifts? Get me NCAA 25 tomorrow and see how happy I'm going to be. Are you kidding me? Give me that Elden Ring DLC. I will be happy as a motherfucker. Gifts are great. You know who likes gifts? Everyone likes gifts. There's no such thing as love languages. They've done studies. There's no correlation between love languages and successful relationships.
Don't.
This was really hard to watch. A lot of people who don't play video games don't quite get it. Oh, it's just a game, just shut it off, it's not a big deal. For a lot of people, it's a stress reliever, it's how they relax, and they put a lot of hours building their characters, their games, their setups. They put hours of their life into these games. And it's more than just a game to them. Losing all that progress, for what? Because you're mad at them? Because you want attention? Really? You can't say, hey, you know, I want to spend some time with you when you're done with your round or your match. Could you come hang out with me? Just because you don't get it doesn't give you an excuse to do crap like this. If something makes your partner happy
and it doesn't hurt anybody else, and it should make you happy too that they're happy. What about his mental health? Does that matter to you? Unless the house is on fire, there is no excuse for turning off his game.
And will keep doing for other people what's appreciated. They need to be appreciated a lot. So much of what stops happening is because we expect them to do it. And so we think they don't deserve appreciation for doing something they just should do. So we don't appreciate them. Wow. We stop saying thank you. We stop being thank you. Honey, thank you. Thanks for doing that for me. And this is where we take so many things personally that aren't personal. Like single focus, we take personally. He's ignoring me. No, he's ignoring everything but what he's doing. And he didn't have to do that. His brain did it for him. But so there's all these things we take personally. And then there's the things we don't take personally. That what they do for us, they do for us.
And these women call this the bare minimum. The bar is in hell. The bar is on the floor. He opened the door for me. The bar, that's the bare minimum. He paid for my dinner. That's the bare minimum. Nothing a man ever does is of any significance. And then you have the women that talk about, oh, well, I did this and I did that. And all of it is really just normal everyday stuff like loading the washer, loading the dryer, loading and unloading the dishwasher. You're not even washing dishes by hand. I cook dinner. You mean you put dinner in the crock pot and you let it go for about 8 hours? You just really followed a recipe. You didn't make anything from scratch. Put the rice in the rice cooker. It's not a lot that has to be done. That's what you're talking about. That takes a lot of mental energy. But women, a lot of these modern women think that they're doing so much, especially so much more than a man.
Love this for you, Shorty. Love that you got in shape and did all that. You feel good about yourself and everything. What I don't like is when people get in relationships, they'll be the worst version of themselves, whether that be mentally, emotionally, physically. And then when they get out of said relationship, they'll work on themselves to become a better version of themselves instead of being that better version of themselves while they were in a relationship with their partner. How is that fair to your partner, right? How is it fair to when you're in a relationship with your partner, you're out of shape, you don't care about how you look, your health, your mental health, all that stuff. You don't care about all that. But once they leave you, you're like, all right, let me be the best version of myself instead of giving my partner the best version of myself. Like, I remember when I was overweight in middle school and girls would turn me down. When I got into high school, them saying girls would try to holler at me and I'll be like, man, you wasn't looking at me when I was in middle school and I was over there. But then when I got older, I realized, why would they want to get with the version of me that was eating ding dongs and Twinkies every day instead of the version of me that would spend hours in the gym every day? Like, why would they be attracted to that version of me? And to think someone should be attracted to that version of you, I think personally is selfish and childish. But I'm glad you got into shape and everything, Shorty. I'm happy for you.
Any man that doesn't want to have a joint bank account or isn't being transparent with his accounts or has separate accounts, that's a fucking red flag. His money is our money and my money is my money.
I mean, she started okay, then went off the rails and got all unhinged. Sorry, but no. My money's my man's money. I would rather give my man all my money than take his. That's what a loving woman would look like.
Just start talking to girls. And the sooner you can just like stop caring, like the more rejections you get, the better, because like the less you care about a rejection, less anxiety you're gonna have, because what's the worst thing that could happen? You could get rejected. Well, sacrifice your ego to save time, not the other way around. And I think by doing that also, you display some confidence, because like if she's not into it, then cool, I walk, but I didn't waste that much time. There's a lot of guys that are like scared to make a move. So I would always kind of like go for it quickly. Like I didn't want to wait a lot of time. And I also felt like the longer I dated dated a girl, the more like she built up this character of like who she thought that I wanted to date, and then the more the guy like pretends to be who he thinks that the girl wants to. So I try and just like avoid that. I never really did much dating.
Okay, something else I love is that more single women are homeowners than single men.
Now
Isn't that
that's
wild?
interesting.
Yes, so women own around 11.1 million homes, single men 8.4 million.
Okay, I'm trying
Oh
to
my
help
God.
me understand that. What do you think is behind
Responsibility, hard work.
that? Oh, that makes sense.
Guys are like, dude, that's like, yeah, I don't know. It's so hard. Like, it's so hard to get a house these days. Like, I don't know what to do. And girls are like, just step aside. Let us just buy the
Single women.
houses.
So okay, it's just single women versus single men. I do think single women have more fiscal responsibility.
I think so too.
So I'm looking at some statistics here that talks about Pew Research home ownership among unmarried Americans from 2023. It says in 2022, okay, among unmarried Americans who own a home, 58% are single women and 42% are single men. The gap has narrowed over time. In 2000, single women owned 64% of those homes versus 36% for the single men. The dominance of women is partly explained by demographic factors. A larger share of older unmarried homeowners are women. Women live longer, more likely widowed, which inflates the count of single female homeowners. All right, so let's look at some more things. So we already talked about women living longer. That's the number one reason. This is the single biggest driver, and most people never factor it in. Women outlive men 5 to 6 years on average. The older you get, the more likely you are to be widowed and therefore become a single homeowner. That's a quote. A 70-year-old woman living alone in a paid-off house counts as a single homeowner. A 70-year-old widow is counted as single even if she originally bought the home with her husband. This massively inflates the single women own more homes statistic. This is why the gap is largest among older age groups, not younger working adults. Okay. Number 2, women are more likely to stay in the home after divorce. Family court outcomes and divorce laws strongly favor keeping the custodial parent in the marital home. Since women are more often granted custody, they more frequently receive the house, or they buy out the spouse's share, or the husband leaves and she stays in the same home. Okay, so yes, the divorce effect is absolutely real. Not all, but a significant share of single women homeowners are divorced or widowed, not never married first-time buyers. Well, that would make sense, okay? Okay, this means it is not evidence of women being more physically responsible. It's often a product of life events, not behavior. So that kind of makes sense, right? Think of what you inherit if your parents pass away. Well, I got the house from my parents. It's kind of the same thing in a situation where the woman gets the home and so, well, you know, I was married for a while. My husband passed away, God rest his soul, and I just stayed in the home. Or, you know, the courts granted me custody. I don't want to say inherited the house, but, you know, it counts towards statistics, right? Number 3, women buy homes earlier than men do, especially single women, never married women. Okay, this is something data actually supports. Single women buy homes at younger ages than single men. Survey shows many women view homeownership as a security. Makes sense, even if they expect to marry later. My mom bought a house very early, actually. Men tend to delay buying until they feel financially ready, which often means higher income, marriage, or investment goals. Right. Women are more likely to say, I want stability now. Men are more likely to say, I want to be financially optimized before buying. So women buy earlier, men buy later, or only after marriage. Yes, yes, that's what I was about to say. Men, it's not a necessity. I can stay in an apartment. For some of these guys, I can stay in a hut. It don't matter to me. I've got all I need. I talked about something that Red on the Child Time podcast said, which is something that rings true for a lot of men. I don't need everything. It's just me in here. You know, oh, well, you should move. You're making more money now. He said, no, man, I don't need it. It's just being by myself. Okay. So number 4, women prioritize homeownership over other financial risks. So research shows single women spend less on risk assets. Crypto, stock, startup investing, they prefer long-term stability. They treat a home as a safety asset. Men statistically take more financial risk, which means more money in market investments. Yep. Less urgency to buy property, more willingness to wait or avoid long-term obligations. This isn't good or bad. It's just simply different risk behavior. Yep. Women are less likely to move for work or chase high income mobility. Men locate or relocate for career opportunities far more often. Frequent relocation discourages buying. You don't buy it if you don't expect to. You don't buy if you expect to move again. I was talking to another guy about insurance. He said, I got a home in Florida and I got a home or a condo in Texas. I'm back and forth. I sell insurance in Florida. I sell it in insurance in Texas as well. So that makes sense. Women tend to have more local stability, employment patterns, more responsibility for family caregiving, fewer career-driven relocations. This makes home ownership more compatible with their lifestyle. That's what I'd be thinking. I might move over here. I might get a job over there. And then we got to go through the whole song and dance of selling the house. Mortgage approval rates for single women are high, but for a controversial reason. Okay. So the Urban Institute found single women have slightly worse credit profiles than single men on paper, but they're more reliable in paying their mortgages on time. So lenders approve them at similar or even higher rates because women are statistically less likely to default. So everything else is going to go downhill, but I'm going to pay that mortgage. Maybe that's why they're saying, are you going to pay the bill or are you going to pay the mortgage, right? This does not mean women make more money. They don't. It means lenders like predictability, not risk taking. So you can lose your car. Just pay us on this house. I get that. I can dig that. All right. Income differences don't stop women from buying because they often buy cheaper homes. Yeah, we know that. Women earn less, 10 to 18% less on average, but they buy smaller homes in cheaper neighborhoods with lower debt to income ratios. Makes sense. Men tend to wait until they can afford a larger property in a more prestigious neighborhood. Prestigious usually means safer, better for your kids is what it usually means. Better for your family. I can leave. I can go out of town without having to worry about if something's going to happen. I think Levi Nix was, if you watch his show, I'm sure a lot of you do, is something that he said. You know, we kind of got a good deal on the house right now, but, you know, pretty soon we're going to be moving to a nicer area where I can, you know, raise my family in a little bit more safer, stable area. So that's what men look for a lot of times. A home that matches their desired lifestyle. This delay naturally reduces male home ownership, rates among the single population. Number 8, never married men are far more likely to rent into their 30s and 40s, okay? Yeah, that's it. So none of this really shows that women are inherently more fiscally responsible as she's claiming. And none of it shows that men are more, you know, irresponsible and immature. So I don't know where they're getting that from. And their business is money. Their show is about money and how to save it and how to get it. And I'm just surprised that they wouldn't know this.